Okay, welcome everyone to our April 21st meeting of the Board of Education. Can I have a motion to open the public meeting?
I move to open the public meeting.
Second? Holly seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I will move to go into executive session for the purposes of discussing litigation and public safety. Can I have a second to go into executive session?
A second?
Vicky
Oh, sorry.
seconds.
Go ahead.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we are in exec at 8:01. Welcome everyone to the Tuesday, April 21st Board of Education meeting. The board has been in executive session since 8:01, discussing matters of potential litigation and matters of public safety. Can I have a motion to reopen the meeting now at 9:02 a.m.?
I move.
Second?
A second.
Okay, Hillary seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Say aye. I do not pledge of allegiance. Can now rise or salute the flag and do the pledge of allegiance led by Holly McCall.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item number 1. Whereas the Board of Cooperative Educational Services of Putnam, Northern Westchester County, thereinafter BOCES, has proposed its tentative administrative budget for the 2020-2021 school year, July 1st, 2020 through June 30th, 2021. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the BOCES tentative administrative budget for the 2020-2021 school year in the amount of $9,637,111 be and is hereby approved by the Board of Education of the Chappaqua Central School District. Can I have a motion for item number 1?
I move item number 1.
Okay, Vicki, can I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Holly, second. Discussion.
I'd like to discuss it.
Yes, I am happy to have everyone jump in here, but just to give a general, a little bit of background, this is our annual vote to approve the BOCES budget, and we will be going through this individually, taking a roll call vote, which is our procedure. But one thing that I did want to mention for anyone watching, that our BOCES is a little bit unusual, actually the only BOCES in the state that calculates costs per district in a hybrid manner. Most states, every other BOCES, calculates the district's percentage of what they pay per year pursuant to a formula called RUADA. But basically what you need to know about that is it is based on the average daily attendance of students in the district. That's how they apportion the costs. A previous method that was done apportioned costs based on property values in that particular district. Years ago, the Northern Westchester Putnam formula was determined to be a hybrid formula, a 50-50 split based on average daily attendance of students in the district and property values. We in Chappaqua have long protested this apportionment of BOCES costs. We are attempting to correct what we feel is an unjust application of this with our school district, because in essence, it requires us to pay more than our fair share of the costs based on this formula. So that has been a matter of discussion, and I felt it was important to give a little background here as to how that impacts our voting on the BOCES budget. So I'd like to invite anyone else if they would like to comment about that. Those are my comments to try and explain what happens in terms of us voting for or against this budget. Holly, yes?
Yeah. So in addition to what you've said, Jane, I'm generally not supportive of the BOCES budgets because of the unfair allocation and the cost, but also with everything that's been going on with the economy and the approaching recession. We haven't heard anything from BOCES about how they may be trying to adjust their budget to accommodate maybe some hardships that the districts may have with revenue shortfalls and some of the budget cuts that we're having to make, or make any attempt to make any adjustments for next year, or any communication regarding what's going on right now. So I feel like it's been very, that they're really not being very transparent with us about what's going on or fair. So I'm not going to be supporting this budget.
Besides transparency, Holly, it seems that they're increasing their budget significantly, at least part of their budget. As you said, I don't think they're looking at how each of the districts are going to handle this. As in the past, they come to us when they need things. They pass an edict and say, we have to, since we're a member of the coalition, we have to participate. We don't have a member on the BOCES board, which is fine because there are only so many members on the BOCES board. However, I don't feel that they're, as you said, they're very transparent in the way they've been dealing with us and the other component districts.
Does anyone else want to comment on anything related to BOCES?
I would like to, and I agree with what's been said, so I don't want to repeat to be redundant, but I would note that their capital budget has increased by 25%. That's an incredible increase, and time in this economic climate. And I have a lot of trouble with the lack of transparency and the lack of sort of attempt to be creative with their own budgets. I know that so many districts in our region are revisiting their formerly proposed budget in light of the pandemic and in light of all of the revenue shortfalls that we'll be facing. Some districts are looking at flat budgets and really doing all they can to acknowledge an economic crisis. And I've seen none of that here, and I'm quite surprised by that.
Yeah, I would just say,
yeah, that's all I have to say right now.
yeah, that there's no acknowledgement of what's going on generally from an economic or any other standpoint. And I found that shocking, frankly, in reviewing this budget.
Yes, I think, as we've discussed publicly before, that the Westchester Putnam School Boards Association has been really reaching out, and all the component districts have been having these either weekly town calls, or there's been so much literature sent out, and all of us are discussing and comparing what we're doing to budgets, what needs to be done now, even with imperfect information. But there's an ongoing conversation, and each district, I know we've been transparent with our district, how we have to make changes, possibly amend our budget, adopt a different type of budget. We have not received, there has not been this kind of communication regarding the BOCES budget this year. This was just a budget that was sent to us, and it's very unclear to us if any alterations have been made or there's any focus on really what we are all addressing right now. So I think all of us have a view on that, as well as a view on whatever budget is eventually passed, how it is apportioned and whether that apportionment is fair to the Chappaqua Central School District.
Yeah, and I just want to add one thing. This increase in their budget and no adjustment given the economic crisis we're in is going to exacerbate the apportionment that's already unfair. Whereas the costs are going to continue to go up, and it's going to be a increased burden to our budget when we have very little control over what's coming from them.
Right. Does anyone else have any comments before we move ahead to a roll call vote? Okay, so Lisa, can you help us?
Okay, so it's been motioned and seconded. So Jane, how do you vote? Jane,
I vote no.
Okay, Holly McCall?
No.
Hillary Grasso?
No.
Warren Messner?
No.
Victoria Tipp?
No.
Very good. The votes are 0-5.
Can we move on then?
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion on our agenda. We have an item number 2. We need to make some adjustments to our agenda. So I would I will make a motion to strike item 2, which currently reads, be it resolved that the Board of Education casts one vote for each of the 3 vacancies to be filled on the BOCES board for 3 3-year terms from July 1st, 2020 to June 30th, 2023. I would like to move to strike this so that we may amend this language and move ahead with a vote on each particular candidate. I will move to strike item 2. Can I have a second?
I second.
1 second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, item 2. I would now like to move to add to the agenda item 2.1, which reads as follows. Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby votes for the following candidate, Mary Kay Nilsson, to fill 1 vacancy on the BOCES board to a 3-year term from July 1st, 2020 to June 30th, 2023. I will move to add item 2.1 to the agenda. Can I have a second?
A second.
We'll say Holly, I guess. Any discussion? All in favor of adding this to the agenda?
Aye.
Aye. And then Lisa, can we go ahead with a roll call vote on item 2.1?
Yes.
Should we have discussion?
Yeah, well, first we have to make the motion. So far, we've
Right. I'm
just
sorry.
added
Yes.
it.
You have to make a motion now
Okay.
to,
Now to vote.
right, to
Okay.
approve item 2.1.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
we just voted to
Add it, correct. So can I have a motion to approve item 2.1 as it was read into the agenda?
So moved.
A second.
Okay, so Vicky moved, Holly seconds. Any discussion on item 2.1? Nope. Okay, so we can move ahead with a roll call vote on item 2.1.
Okay, Jane Shepherdson,
Yes.
Holly McCall.
No, I'm sorry. Can I change my vote there? I'm sorry.
We're voting on Mary.
Mary, we're voting on Mary. I am voting no. I'm very sorry.
Okay, Holly McCall.
No.
Hillary Grasso,
No.
Warren Messner,
No.
Victoria Tip.
No.
Okay, the vote is 0 to 5 against.
Thank you, Lisa. Okay, I'm going to move on. I'd like a motion to add to the agenda item 2.2. Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby votes for the following candidate, Jennifer Rosen, to fill 1 vacancy on the BOCES board for a 3-year term from July 1st, 2020 to June 20th, 2023. Can I have a motion to add item 2.2 to the agenda?
I move.
Can I have a second?
A second.
Any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, now we have a motion to vote on item 2.2. I will move to put forth a vote on item 2.2. Can I have a second?
A second.
Vicky seconds. Any discussion? Okay, we can move forward with a vote on item 2.2.
Jane Shepherdson,
I vote yes.
Holly McCall,
Yes.
Hillary Grasso,
Yes.
Warren Messner,
Yes.
Victoria Tip.
Yes.
Okay, motion is 5 to 0 in favor.
Okay, thank you. And then we have one additional amendment to the agenda. I will move myself to add item 2.3. Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby votes for the following candidate, Richard Krebs, to fill 1 vacancy on the BOCES board for a 3-year term from July 1st, 2020 to June 30th, 2023. Can I have a second to add item 2.3 to the agenda?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, now can I have a motion to move forward with a vote on item 2.3?
I so move.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Lauren, any discussion? Okay, we can move forward with a vote on 2.3. Thank you, Lisa.
Jane Shepherdson,
No.
Holly McCall,
No.
Hillary Grasso,
No.
Warren Messner,
No.
Victoria Tip,
No.
Okay, motion does not pass by a vote of 0 to 5.
Okay, thank you, everyone. We are now moving on to item 3, which is notice of our future meetings. Our
Jane,
next, what? Yes.
we have attendees. Should we ask if there's any public comment?
Hold on. I'm sorry, I didn't look at my. Um,
I'm not sure if there's public comment or not.
I don't think there's public comment here. That's. It's not that the BOCES budget meeting doesn't. We don't have public comment on our agenda here.
Okay.
So.
I wouldn't mind doing public comment if people are there.
There are only
Yeah,
three people.
I'd be
I
in
don't
favor
think we have a lot of
opening.
Should we motion to add a public comment to the agenda?
I move that we add public comment in case anyone wants to make a comment.
I
Second.
second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We will open public comment if there is anyone who would like to make a comment. As you know, we have a 3-minute limit on public comments. And at the end of the public comment period, the board may discuss, if they choose to, any items or issues raised during public comment. I am looking now in terms of the attendees. I see 3 attendees, but in order to make public comment on Zoom, you would need to click and raise your hand so we know you would like to be promoted from an attendee to a panelist. That's how we've been doing it here as we are doing these meetings remotely. I do not see anyone choosing to make a public comment at this time. I will just give it a second and double check.
I just want to make sure that people had the chance to speak.
I totally understand. Thank you very much, Warren. I appreciate that. Okay, so I think we're good. No public comment, but thank you, Warren, for bringing that to our attention. And I think we can move on to notice of future meetings. Our next meeting will be Wednesday, April 29th, 2020, 7:30 p.m. That is the school budget presentation and adoption at Horace Greeley High School Commons, supposedly, although we will be on Zoom right now. And then following that, Wednesday, May 6th at 7:30 p.m., which is our budget hearing and our library budget presentations. Before we adjourn, I don't know if Christine just wanted to mention, or anyone wanted to mention, the PTA budget forum that will be taking place via Zoom. I'm popping open my calendar here.
It's 6:30 tomorrow night, and we're taking questions in advance.
Mm-hmm.
They'll go to Lori Townsend, and she'll be the panelist, and she'll ask questions on behalf of the community to John, Tony, Adam, and I. And then people will be able to submit questions real time.
Okay, thanks very much. So I just wanted to mention that before we closed our meeting today. So can I have a motion to adjourn our meeting at 9:19 a.m.?
I move.
Can I have a second? Hillary seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you all. We are adjourned.
Yeah, thank you.